Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for today's video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys another home decor haul. Most of this stuff is coming from TJ Maxx, Home Goods, or Hobby Lobby. I have a bunch of stuff to share with you guys again today, so I don't want to make this intro too long. I hope that you will enjoy it. Let's jump right in and get started. First item that I have to share with you guys, and this is a little metal piece of wall art that I purchased and found at Hobby Lobby. I kind of decided that I wanted to place something in between the bottom of our microwave, which is above our stove, and then the top of our stove. I wanted it to be something that was going to be easy to clean and maintain because I knew I wanted something that was white. So the material was super important to me in this case when looking for something for this area of our kitchen. You can kind of see the shine that this has to it, and so I am assuming that if this were to get any grease on it or like sauce or anything from the stove, it would just be really easy to wipe this clean. I really love what this says. A life without love is no life at all. It's very plain, basic, and simple, which is definitely something that I am attracted to when it comes to like wall decor. I don't want anything that's too crazy. I also love this like little floral accent to it. I think it gives like a nice toned down pop of color, and I do think that this can be seasonal and used throughout the year. This also has some distressing to it on the sides here. This was 50% off when I purchased it, and so I think that this was $7 or $8 after that 50% off discount. And I'm not sure if this video will be going up before my spring decorate with me video, but this is going to be a really fun piece to add to the kitchen, especially moving into the springtime. My next find from Hobby Lobby is this adorable tiny little dough bowl. Finding an antique dough bowl is definitely something on my wish list. I know that they are like gradually increasing in price just as they increase in popularity, and so for the time being I did decide to just stick with this really miniature size from Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure if I will keep it. It is super tiny, and I would really like to find a bigger one and just kind of maybe invest my money in that instead of a reproduction of a really cool antique find. It was 50% off, so I think this only came out to being $8 or $9. So it was super affordable, but like I said, I may just decide to put that money towards an actual antique dough bowl and much bigger in size. The rest of these items all came from Home Goods or TJ Maxx. Here is my first Home Goods find, and it is this really adorable towel. I am definitely in the market for upgrading some of our towels. I've always just gone the less expensive route when it came to decorative towels and bath towels, and now I just want to invest a little bit more money in better quality, nicer looking towels. I love the color combination, that like really nice light heather gray with that bright and bold pop of white. Then on the other side it's reversible. So this is what the majority of the towel looks like if I were to unfold it and spread it out. It's got this pattern, and then on the bottoms and tops is where this pattern comes into play. I really like the dual patterns, and here you can see the price tag on this, $8. Next up, I found this really cute piece of wall art from TJ Maxx. It simply says, "This is us." Again, I love the simplicity to this. I also love the weathered brown frame, and this was $8 at TJ Maxx, and I think that I'm going to pair this up with like a big family photo on our fireplace mantle. I think it will look really cute. Next up, I found another similar wall piece from TJ Maxx. This too was $8, and this one just says "All of me loves all of you." It's pretty much identical except for the wording inside. Matt and I definitely have some history with this song from John Legend. He actually proposed to me while the song was playing, so this wording definitely spoke to me, and I actually did have a really tiny like canvas style piece of wall art that said this exact same thing, and I ended up selling it just because it didn't really fit with our bedroom decor anymore. And so once I found this, I was really excited because this definitely ties in those rustic and farmhouse vibes that I like to keep in my home and in our bedroom. So this is going to go up there and just replace that white canvas that I sold. Next up, I have a Home Goods find, and this is a decently sized pot or planter. And I was really surprised to find this at Home Goods because this is a Magnolia Home find by Joanna Gaines. And before finding this, I had no idea that Joanna Gaines or the Magnolia Home collection was part of Home Goods offerings. So I am crossing my fingers that that line will continue to bring more items into Home Goods. I'm pretty sure that I love just about anything that Joanna Gaines puts her name on. It's hard not to. I'm not sure if I will use this outside once it gets a little bit warmer, or if this will primarily be like an indoor piece of decor. It looks super antique with all of the chippy goodness that this pot has. And then I also really like these rope handles on both sides. I think it just gives it a nice, like, fun farmhouse appearance. Like I said, it is a pretty large piece, which is something I really like. I'm definitely trying to look for bigger things to bring into my home as opposed to like the smaller knickknacks, and the price of this pot was $24.99. Alright, next up I found this at TJ Maxx. I really enjoy finding items like this because they give that nice pop of green, especially paired with all of the like wooden accent tones that we have. I thought it was really cute and unique. Just how it's framed with this whitewashed wooden pot, and then it also has some burlap accents inside. You can see the sides here. They have like these little miniature rope handles, and I am not sure why, but this was on clearance. I think the original price was $11.99 and it was marked down to $10. Alright, next up I have two baskets. I have two different sizes here, but they're pretty much identical other than the size. I found both of these at Home Goods, and like with everything in my home, I am slowly and progressively switching to the more neutral side of pretty much every item in my home. So previously I had a bunch of multicolored baskets. Most of them came from the dollar store, and now I'm just kind of gearing more towards the neutral colors and just more of a basic look that is kind of streamlined with the rest of everything else in my home. And it's been working out great because I've been able to sell the majority of the items that I had in my home on Facebook Marketplace, and I immediately was drawn to these baskets. I love the white accents that are woven through the baskets and that are part of the handles here. Here you can see a little bit more up close. I just think it's such a cute design. These baskets to me are just definitely a fun way to keep things organized and to allow everything to have its place inside of my home. That's definitely what I aim for in the organization of my home, just for everything to have a spot and a place. And so finding these really cute baskets that make organizing fun and easy is definitely my jam. Here you can see side by side the size difference of these. There were, I want to say, maybe 3 other sizes. I believe this was the smallest size and then the next size up, and I think there are 3 larger sizes. I believe that this smaller basket was $5.99, and then this slightly larger one I think was $6.99 or $7.99. Alright, here are my next 2 finds. This round wall piece came from TJ Maxx. This square one came from Home Goods, but you guys can totally see how similar they are other than their shape. I think that they will add so much texture to any area that I put them in. I am not sure if I'm going to hang these or if I'm going to lean them up somewhere. And I have also seen like 4 of these square ones be used in a cluster on a wall, and I think that looks really cool. And it's funny because when I purchased these, I thought I like found the gems within Home Goods and TJ Maxx, and then during my next trip to Home Goods I saw a whole collection of these, and I like that they are a little bit different from one another, but they are still very like uniformed and go together really nicely. Here you can see a little bit more of the details. This definitely has some nice distressing marks that are running throughout this. And again, for some reason, this was on sale for $10, I believe, and it was supposed to be $12, and this one was marked at regular price, which was $12 as well. Not sure where these will end up, but you will definitely see them in that spring decorate with me video. Moving on, here is my next home goods find, and this is a pretty decent sized vase. I really love this vase. Like with most things, I love the dual color that this has. As you can see on the bottom there, it's got a nice bright white color, and then the top has more of like a matted gray color. This is a ceramic pot. It's super heavy. I love the little handles that both sides have here, and it totally falls in line with my neutral color scheme that I am just constantly talking to you guys about. My plan for this is to create a really nice and large floral arrangement inside of here. I'm actually going to be doing a video on how I am going to be creating a bunch of floral arrangements for my home for the springtime. So I think I'm going to be putting together about 8 arrangements within that video, and so I'm really excited to share that with you because I have pots of all different sizes and shapes, but like I said, they will all go together. In that video, I will be using a variety of faux flowers that I already had. I'm just going to be using them in a different way than I previously used them. Plus, I've purchased a lot of faux flowers, and then like I said, I have a bunch of eucalyptus stems, lamb's ear, olive branches, and then I'm also going to be reusing some of my light up branches, which I was very close to selling but decided not to, and I'm really excited to use them again in a different way than I did in the past. Look out for that video. I should have that video up on my channel very soon, I'm hoping. But if you guys like the farmhouse floral vibe, then definitely stay tuned for that video and make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss it once it is uploaded. I believe that this was $24.99, and so it definitely was a little bit more pricey than the majority of my vases, but given its size and just the overall look and the quality of it, I think it was a fair price. Next up, I found this really beautiful little candle holder. I love this rose gold color that this has, and I have something very similar to this, and I believe I shared it in a haul about a year ago, but it's mostly silver, while this one has like that champagne rose gold coloring to it on the outside. Sticking a candle inside of here just creates the most beautiful glow, and with the style of glass that this has, it just kind of creates like a crackling look to the glass. Here is another vase that I found, and this also came from Home Goods. This was $30. I believe that this is the priciest vase that I have in my collection now, but I just fell in love with it. It has a really nice soft color palette, and so while it is filled with detail, it is in such a nice like light blue, light gray color that it doesn't overpower the vase. With that soft color palette, I do think that this can be used year round, and it's definitely going to be a staple piece within my home. I think that it has such a classic and beautiful look to it that definitely a little bit more of an investment piece, but one that I don't think I will have to regret purchasing at any point. And back to that faux floral arrangement video that I am going to be doing, when I am finding or picking out and purchasing different pots or vases, I am already envisioning which type of floral I would want to put in each vase. And so just because of the light color palette that this one has, I will be definitely choosing to do eucalyptus stems in here just to add a little bit of contrast in the coloring of this. Okay, here are my next 2 finds. These also were both purchased from Home Goods, and they are just 2 candlesticks. So this one has a wooden colored base to it. It also has some carved out detailing and distressing on the top here. And this one has a very interesting color to it. It kind of looks a lot more gray on camera, but in person it has like a hint of like a bluish green mint color to it, but the color is definitely what attracted me to it. It is a very neutral and toned down color. I do believe that both of these were $11.99. So next up, I have some mini wall decor pieces. As much as I do try to stay away from the smaller home decor items, I do like having wall pieces like this. It can be used within a gallery wall, which I think would be really cute and fun to play around with these type of things. They can be used on top of a shelf in a small bathroom. So I picked up both of these from TJ Maxx. This one was $5.99. This one was $6.99. Here's an up-close shot of this one. I thought that this was so cute. I especially loved this really beautiful like mauve colored felt rose that is in the middle of this. I also really love this weathered looking frame. This definitely adds a little pop of color within my very neutral color palette of home decor. And then this one I loved as well. It has that like faux shiplap look to it, also inside of here. And then it looks like it's got like a silver dollar eucalyptus wreath going around the center of this, which says let's stay home. If you guys knew me more outside of YouTube, you would know that I am a total homebody. I love staying at home. So besides what it says and how much I'm able to relate to it, I love how the leaves kind of overflow onto this. It kind of gives it more of a realistic 3D kind of look. Moving on, here are two bowls and I love the color. It's a really beautiful mauve color. I'm always attracted to this color. And I also love the detailing on the sides here. They're a decent sized bowl, but they're pretty shallow. And I believe that these were $4.99 each. Next up, I purchased this multi-surface cleaner. I've already used it a couple times and I am going to be doing a favorite cleaning products video. I believe I did one on my channel like a couple years ago. Since then, I've updated my go-tos when it comes to cleaning products that I love and that I use. And so I definitely will be including this one in that video just because it works really well and it smells amazing. So look out for that video if you are into cleaning related videos. But this I found at TJ Maxx and it was $2.99. All right, moving on. Here is my next item. This came from Home Goods and I loved the pattern of this. I love the color palette. It's got, again, that nice gray color as the base with some pops of white. For several years now, I have been a huge fan of Temptation bakeware sets. I believe they are primarily sold on QVC. That is where I've purchased my entire Temptation bakeware collection from. And while I still do love the brand, I love how easy they are to clean and to use and bake with. I do wish that I would have been a little bit more thoughtful when purchasing those, just because I have pretty much every color of the rainbow with my Temptation bakeware sets. And so I wish I would have been a little bit more toned down with my color choices. I did want to purchase a few new bakeware pieces and I'm hoping that they are as easy to clean and to use as the Temptation brand. But here is the first piece that I found. I love the colors, I love the pattern, I love the size and the shape of this one. There you can see the inside of it, and here you can see more of this beautiful detail. I just think that the pattern and the color combination is very classic and timeless. And this, I want to say it was $9.99, so definitely a whole lot more affordable than the Temptation set. But like I said, I am really hoping and crossing my fingers that the quality is similar to Temptation, because the quality of the Temptation brand is definitely top notch. I've never had any problems. And then here is two more pieces in the same color scheme, the same pattern and everything as the one that I just shared. These two are a bit bigger and they are the same size, and I did do that intentionally. They were sold separately. What I love about this type of bakeware is that it can be used in the oven as like a baking dish, but it is so beautiful that you can use it after the baking is done. So as opposed to using something like a cookie sheet where you kind of dirty two dishes, you bake on the cookie sheet and then you transfer the food into actual dishes, these are kind of like an all-in-one thing to me, I think. And they can just go from the oven to the table. They look super presentable and beautiful. These do have that beautiful detail on the inside. So here is an up close of the inside. And then again, here is a view of the outer edges of this. And each of these were $12.99. There were a few other sizes. Continuing on, my next item again is from HomeGoods, and it is this beautiful baby pink mixing bowl. I love this because it's plastic, but it's still very heavy. I like that it has this little handle on it. The bottom has this rubber ring around it to prevent slipping or sliding on a countertop. I just thought that this was so cute. I don't have anything like this. I do have mixing bowls, but this is definitely more of like a baking type of mixing bowl. And since I do the majority of the baking and cooking in my home, I was more than okay with purchasing this pink one. Normally I would stick with white just because I do have my son and my husband in the house with us. I did take the tag off of this, but I believe it was $6.99 or $7.99. Alright, next up I found this wreath and an identical one. I purchased them as a set. I don't really want to share the company's name with you guys just because I'm not the happiest with the quality of these. Hopefully you can see here, but there's just some like questionable spots on these. Apparently these are real dried up leaves, and some of them are like the original color, and then as you can see some of those smaller ones are painted. And upon receiving these, I just noticed a lot of the leaves were like cracked, and a lot of the white painted leaves were chipping, and so I'm definitely not happy with the quality of these. But I do like only sharing with you guys things that I recommend and forwarding company names on to you guys if I feel like they are a really good company, and this one I'm just not sure about yet. I am kind of in communication with them trying to figure out how we can remedy the situation. It is a miniature wreath. I believe this is 10 inches in diameter, and like I said, I do have an identical one. It's just still in the packaging, trying to figure out if I'm going to keep these or not. But I do like the overall thought of these. I think that they definitely tie in with the farmhouse rustic vibes. Alright, lastly, I had to share these two items within this haul. As much as I absolutely love finding new pieces of decor and home items at places like Hobby Lobby and HomeGoods, more than finding items through there, I love finding thrifted items and items that are just a lot more cost effective. And so going to garage sales and Goodwill, thrift stores, buying things from Facebook Marketplace, those are definitely my favorite ways to buy new pieces for my home. And that is where these two items came from. They actually came from a seller on Facebook Marketplace. She had purchased these for her home and they just didn't work out the size. And so I took these both off of her hands for only $5 total. So only $2.50 for these beautiful 16 by 20 frames for only $5. I was maybe expecting some like chips or scratches, but these were in perfect condition. I have no idea why she was only asking for $5 for these two, but I was definitely not going to complain, and I'm really, really excited to use these. There are definitely a few different ways that I want to use this. I may end up like blowing up 2 poster-sized photos of my kids. I'm obsessed with them. I love taking pictures of them, and so when I can find really large frames to showcase their pictures in, that's probably the route I'll end up going with these, especially since they're matching. It would make a little bit more sense to use them in the same exact way, kind of side by side. But like I always try stressing to you guys, definitely don't be afraid to do some thrift shopping. Alright, and then I'm going to end this video with a little teaser for my upcoming video, which is my faux floral arrangements. Here you can see just one of my clusters of floral that I've brought into my home and that I'm going to use in those arrangements. I just have a variety of really fun neutral floral pieces, and I'm really, really excited to share that video with you guys. So please make sure to check back on my channel for that video, as well as my spring decorate with me. Thank you guys so much for watching my video and supporting my channel. I truly appreciate it. If you are not yet subscribed to my channel, please make sure to subscribe and join my YouTube family. I would love to have you as a continued part of my YouTube journey. And if you could please give this video a big thumbs up, I would really appreciate that as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you all in my next video. Until then, take care. Bye!